Hey everyone, Austin Area Motocross Scene here at the third round of Moto Wars Cycle Ranch. I wanted to take some time out and visit with Tony in Powerhouse. Now, he has set up shop. You have a shop in San Antonio.
Yes, sir, out by the
But
airport.
you have been, we'll get into that in a second, but you set up a shop here at the track. And first of all, like, how long you been? Let's start with the one that's in San Antonio, and then we'll move here. Like, how long you been in business? How did it get all
Been
get
in
started?
the business almost 18 years. Started at the old Yamaha San Antonio shop. Was the parts manager at Kent Power Sports. Opened up my own shop in 2011. Been in business about 7.5 years.
Wow. Okay, so at that store, where's it located?
106 West Rhapsody, which is off 281 South, just past Tacoma out by the airport.
Okay, so at that shop, what can we expect to see for those that don't know it's there or haven't been there?
Well, we are RG3 Texas, which means we're the only people that can do RG3 in the state of Texas all the way down to Monterrey, Mexico. We have the rights to do RG3 suspension. We're primarily a service and repair facility. We do sell parts and accessories, consumables, gear, fast house, obviously, and the stuff that you see here. But we do everything: ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, street bikes. We do it all.
Yeah. What kind of interest? San Antonio is a pretty big city. What kind of interest do you see with dirt biking, four wheeling, side by sides in that community?
It's a pretty diverse community as far as that goes. There's a lot of ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes. It's pretty much probably 25% across the board: ATV, UTV, dirt bikes, etc. So it's a pretty diverse amount of people that do what they do.
Okay, so doing that for 18 years, Cycle Ranch is transformed with Todd Cooper and Todd Osborne. How did you get involved with those guys and the new version of Cycle Ranch?
Well, I'll tell you what. Like most people, I've been riding and racing here for 20 years when this was open to the general public. My son grew up riding and racing here, trained by Heath Boss.
Nice.
So we all know each other. This is a really small community. I've known Todd for about 15 years. So when he took over the track, I talked to him. I said, hey, you're going to do something with the track out there. I'd like to be the one to have a shot at putting a shop out here. And he goes, all right, well, we'll talk about that when we get everything up and going and in place. He called me in June. He said, we're having a race. We want you out there. Bring some stuff. And here we are, So we try to have a lot of the basic consumables that you see, tires, tubes, air filters, all your chemicals, fast house gear, bars, levers, grips, and the basic stuff you need on race day.
I noticed one of my racer friends was here yesterday. Thanked you.
Stony Horn.
Yeah, so he could continue with his day or the kid's day.
Yep, Alec.
So at the track, like, it can't be any more annoying. Okay? And especially, no offense, but most guys are not mechanically inclined. And then you get into the whole four-stroke issue, which, two-stroke, pretty simple, but you get into four strokes.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing more annoying that you've waited all week or all month or whatever for my ride day, and I get to the track, I'm out there one lap and something happened. Or what's happened to Michael Clement, busted wheel, blown tire, something. What can you do here to make my day survive and be better?
Well, what we do here is your basic stuff. We can do chains, sprockets, grips, bars, levers, tires, tubes. We stay away from doing any chemicals or anything like that. We do a lot of race sag suspension setup to help the guys with their basic dialing and their suspension and stuff like that. We don't do any of the chemical services here, obviously, because of the facilities that you need to properly dispose of the chemicals and such. But we do all the basic related stuff. We keep chains. We got chains over there. We keep sprockets, stuff like that. Sprocket bolts, all the basic stuff that you need. And we can do any of that here. But the other stuff, this is kind of like a transfer point for the main shop in the town. We got something, and we do it all the time. Last week alone, we brought 5 customers' bikes out here, and they picked them up out here. So we give you the opportunity, hey, something happens, leave it here, we'll take it back to the shop, come there and pick it up, or we'll bring it back out here and you can come pick it up, whatever works for you.
Very good. Now, Fast House.
Yes, sir.
How are you involved with Fast House?
Fast House, once again, this is a small community. Kevin Horton, I've known him for 20 years. He's the Fast House rep. He goes, hey, T, guess what? We're doing Fast House. Badass. I want it.
Okay.
About 6 months ago, I got it, and we've just been running with it ever since, and it's awesome.
Okay. As Cycle Ranch continues, what do you see? What do you envision for yourself out here, as far as the shop goes? What do you see?
I see us only getting more in stock. more consumables, more of the basic stuff that people are looking for. The whole thing is to not overdo it, so to speak. You're always going to get that, well, he didn't have this. But you know what? We've been out here 5 months. I've only had 3 or 4 occasions where we didn't have a lever exactly or this or that. So the main thing that I see going forward is being more of a provider of the basic consumables and services and stuff that people need right here. That happens. You know as well as I do, Stoney, I've known Stoney for a long time. I know that man prepares all his stuff week before he ever gets there, and things happen. And that's what happened yesterday. And he gives me a lot of credit. Honestly, I only helped direct a little bit. He did a lot of all the work, but you know what? He's a great guy, and it was nice to see that Alec got to go back out there and finish riding. But I envision us going forward having more of the basic stuff that people ask for. There's one of those things in this market to have too much stuff, and people get inundated with things they're never ever going to use. So it's to have all the stuff you need basically on practice and race days, and that's what we're looking for. And we're looking forward to the track going forward. Todd's doing an awesome job with this track and taking it back to the glory days that it was in the past. So.
Okay, so how can we find you online or social media?
We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we have a Powerhouse Cycles page. On Instagram, we have the Powerhouse Pro Shop. On Facebook, Powerhouse Pro Shop. We have a state-of-the-art website that we're still tweaking, but www.powerhouse-cycles.com. You can go on there and order anything that you can get. Also, one of the big things we're fixing to do is, starting this month, any purchase over $100, we'll start giving you a drawing ticket for giving away tickets for the suite for Houston Supercross.
Nice.
So,
yes.
You want everybody who spends over $100 won't get a ticket. Obviously, you're in a drawing for the ticket, but we will be giving other things like race prep services. We do a lot of 2-stroke and 4-stroke race prep services at the shop, so we'll be giving away other certificates for things like that. But we will be giving away. We have about 10 tickets to give away for the suite. So anybody who spends over $100 will get a little ticket. We'll do a drawing about 15 days before the Houston Supercross, and we'll be giving away those 10 tickets plus some other things.
Okay, one more thing before we leave. Suspension. You know, it's kind of. Most people don't understand it, and I've been riding a long time. I still don't really understand it. I know, like, I have somebody that I trust. What are things that a not a knowledgeable person when it comes to suspension?
Okay.
But suspension can make or break.
It can.
Your ride, racing, add or delete time off of your lap times. What are things that somebody could come to you and say, listen, what could I do?
Well, we can do everything, and I encourage people. You've been racing for a long time. I've been racing for a long time. My son. Suspension can make or break you. You don't need the fastest bike. You don't need the best exhaust. But suspension will make the difference between you being tired and worn out and you're being able to go that extra 4 laps that somebody else can't. We can do everything from your basic service, which is, do your fork seals, dust seals, bushings, whatever. The still basic service, we call it, setting up the springs for your weight, help you to dial in your sag and your rate, your compression and your rebound and stuff, to full on suspension. We change your valving, we do everything, and everything in between. So, but it does make a huge difference. It really
and
does.
I gotta tell you, I miss the days where the suspension guy was at the track. Okay, now 812 in Austin area has been, but having the guy at the track, like with you here, where maybe you could like see and go out for a couple times, tell me what it's doing. Click, 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 click. Is that something?
And we do that. And what's great is, as you see, I'm a rider too. So I'll get out there. But yeah, I can set up your suspension, help you set up your suspension. We're here every practice weekend and every race weekend. So we helped Dylan out a little bit with his last weekend for the Thanksgiving race. He was having some issues with his. We helped dial in the compression and the rebound a little bit, and he was cornering and tracking awesome.
And today looked just...
Oh, he always does.
Yeah,
he always does.
Look great. So, okay, well, we'll find you. We'll do some links on Austin Area Motocross Scene so we can find Tony, and we're so happy you're here.
So am I, to be honest with you. It's so awesome to be a part of this going forward again and getting it back to where it was before. I can't.
So if you come to Cycle Ranch, make sure you stop up at the top of the hill and see Tony.
Saturday or Sunday at Cycle Ranch.
Right. We'll see you later.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it, bro.